With Call of Duty: Black Ops 4 coming out later this week, Treyarch has finally gotten around to releasing the full PC system requirements and launch schedule on Reddit. Interestingly, the final requirements are downgraded somewhat from the specs listed for last month's Blackout beta, which demanded an Intel Core i5-2500K, or AMD equivalent, as a minimum CPU, and recommended a Core i7-4770K. This is what you'll need for the full release: minimum OS Windows 7 or higher, 64-bit CPU, Intel Core i3 4340, AMD FX 6300 RAM, 8GB graphics, GeForce GTX 662GB, GeForce GTX 1052GB or Radeon HD 7952GB recommended. OS Windows 10, 64-bit CPU, Intel i5-2500K, Ryzen R5 1600X RAM, 12GB graphics, GeForce GTX 974GB, GTX 1060 is 6GB or Radeon R9 390, AMD RX 580 high refresh competitive. This is our recommended setup for competitive players using high refresh rate monitors at 1080p. OS Windows 10, 64-bit CPU, Intel i7-8700K, AMD Ryzen 1800X RAM, 16GB graphics, GeForce GTX 1080 or Radeon RX Vega to the power of 6 to the power of 4 graphics Ultra. This is the top-tier setup for players using 4K monitors looking for the smoothest frame rates. OS Windows 10, 64-bit CPU, i7-8700K, AMD Ryzen 2 700X RAM, 16GB graphics, GeForce GTX 1080 to Black Ops 4 preloading on Battle.net will get underway at 9 p.m. Pacific Time, 12 a.m. Eastern Time on October 9/10, with a download size of 55GB. For those who don't want to be bothered translating time zones, here are the worldwide go times. October 11, 2018, October 12, 2018, New York 12 a.m. at Sao Paulo, 1 a.m. London 5 a.m. BST, Stockholm 6 a.m. CEST, Berlin 6 a.m. CEST, Moscow 7 a.m. MSK, Singapore 12 p.m. SGT, Seoul 1 p.m. KST, Sydney 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.